If you're looking for a yoga mat that is sustainable, eco-friendly and non-toxic, then this video is for you. So I'm going to be comparing my 5 favorite sustainable yoga mats, and I'll help you choose the right one for you. Now, yoga is becoming more and more popular, but with that increased popularity comes the need for an awareness of how important it is to be eco-friendly. So whether you're new to yoga or more experienced, I'm sure you're going to find this video helpful. So first of all, let's see what makes a yoga mat sustainable. First, look for a yoga mat that comes from natural materials such as rubber, cork, jute, or even cotton. Second, look for a yoga mat that is made without harmful chemicals. Now, some yoga mats are actually made with chemicals which can be toxic both to people and to the environment. And finally, choose a yoga mat from a company with sustainable practices. When you keep all of these factors in mind, it's actually quite easy to find a sustainable yoga mat. Okay, so the first material we're going to be looking into is rubber. Now, I have three and a half here yoga mats that are made from rubber. So first of all, where does rubber come from? Well, natural rubber comes from latex. Now, latex can be collected from the tree by making a cut in the bark and collecting the liquid that comes out. The liquid is then processed to remove impurities and to then create the finished rubber. So our first yoga mat that we're going to be looking at is the Jade yoga mat. So this is the Jade Harmony yoga mat that I have had for about 5 years, and this is made from 100% natural rubber. Now, rubber is a sustainable material and also it's biodegradable, so you don't have to worry about filling up the landfill when you're done with your yoga mat. These Jade yoga mats are actually made in a sustainable manner, and as their website says, Jade mats contain no PVC, EVA or other synthetic rubber, and they're also made in the United States in compliance with all US environmental, labor and consumer protected laws. And one incredible thing about Jade as a company is that they promise to plant a tree for every yoga mat sold, and according to their website, they've already planted 2 million trees. Right, so technical stuff. Jade Harmony is 5mm thick, meaning it has quite good cushioning. And so let's do our dry and wet grip test. So dry hands, you're not going to be moving anywhere when you're practicing. Now let's see with wet hands. So there's just quite minimal movement, so if you sweat quite a lot, you might be sliding just slightly in your practice. Second rubber yoga mat is the Manduka Eco. Alright, so this is the Manduka Eco yoga mat, which is made from 100% rubber. And as they say on their website, this is made from non-Amazon harvested rubber. So as they say, it's made from non-toxic materials, it's biodegradable and no PVC. And so they say that no harmful chemicals were used in the manufacturing of this yoga mat. Now, what's actually great also about Manduka is, I didn't know this before doing the research for this video, is that they have an initiative called Live On. And what this means is that when you buy a yoga mat from Manduka, you pay an extra charge, I think it's $10. And what they do is then you can send them, for these $10, you can send them your old yoga mat and they recycle it. The mat goes through a process called downcycling and is ground into pieces and repurposed into other products or ingredients of other products, such as carpet padding, animal shelter bedding, track surfaces and soles of shoes. Now, how great is that? And apparently they've collected more than 7,000 yoga mats and they have produced almost 35,000 tons of materials. So this is the materials that could have ended up in landfills otherwise, so I think this is a really great initiative. Okay, so the Manduka Eco is 5mm thick, meaning again, really nice thickness of a yoga mat. So if you want to protect your joints, this is a really good one. Now let's see, dry hands, very good grip. Yeah, you're not going to be moving anywhere with the dry hands. Let's see, wet hands. Okay, so there's some sliding with wet hands. So just keep this in mind. It's not the best yoga mat if you sweat a lot in your practice. So yeah, just keep this in mind. All right, so next we're moving on to the B yoga mat. Oh, they're still standing. All right, so the B yoga mat is this lovely 6mm thick rubber mat. It comes in other thicknesses, but I love the really thick ones. So B yoga mat is actually a Canadian company, and what they do is they create these rubber mats. Now, here is a little slight detail. According to their website, they use both natural and synthetic rubber. Now, they use the synthetic rubber to help make the mat more durable and more grippy. However, synthetic rubber is made from petroleum and doesn't come from trees, and that actually makes it not that sustainable. As they say, the bee mats are produced in Spain without toxins or harmful chemicals, and according to their website, their outreach projects are actually of a different nature. So they've created a diversity and inclusion plan. By December 2020, they donated over $10,000 towards diversity and inclusion related causes across North America. Okay, so bee yoga mat comes in a variety of thicknesses. It comes in 2, 4 and 6 millimeters thick. I've got the 6 millimeter thick one because I like really thick yoga mats. So let's see. Dry hands, absolutely fantastic grip. You're not moving anywhere with dry hands. Wet hands. Yeah, superb grip. You're not moving anywhere in your practice with wet hands. All right, so our fourth yoga mat is actually, this is gonna fall. Our fourth yoga mat is actually quite a special yoga mat because this one isn't just made of rubber. Now we have a combination of rubber and jute. So where do you get jute from? Jute is a plant that is native to the tropical regions of South Asia, and its long green leaves are used to make rope and fabric. And so quite a few now sustainable yoga mats also use jute, and this is what this yoga mat has. So this rubber and jute mat is actually my newest yoga mat that I was sent by a company called Complete Unity Yoga. And if you're on the lookout for a sustainable yoga mat, definitely check these guys out. These yoga mats are eco-friendly, made from sustainably harvested natural tree rubber and natural jute fibers. They're non-toxic, they're ethically made, there's zero plastic packaging. And also what's really beautiful about this company is that they work with Helping Hands for India, which is a charity organization that provides free education to children in rural India. And for every product sold, they contribute 5% of their net profit to the school. And you know, what a beautiful initiative to be part of by buying a sustainable and really good yoga mat. All right, so this is my Complete Unity yoga mat, which has a rougher surface because it's also with jute inside. This is 4 millimeters thick, meaning it's not the thickest of yoga mats, but it's thick enough to also provide some good cushioning. So let's see, dry hands. Yeah, really good grip. And according to their website, they've like really tried to make it a grippy surface for your practice. Let's see, wet hands. Okay, again, like the other ones, there's just a little bit of sliding with very, very wet hands. So if you sweat a lot, just keep this in mind. You might need a little towel next to you just to keep you in place with your wet hands. Okay, and last but not least, we have my very last mat, which is a cotton yoga mat. Can you do yoga on a cotton yoga mat? Of course you can do yoga on a cotton yoga mat. Well, I'll explain more. So where does cotton come from? Cotton is a soft, fluffy, natural fiber that grows around the seeds of the cotton plant. So after being collected, the fiber is sent to mills where it's turned into yarn or fabric. Now, cotton is used to make a wide variety of products, and it's even used to make yoga mats. These cotton yoga mats are actually very typically used in the Ashtanga yoga world. And so for example, when we go to practice yoga in our shala in India, in Mysore, India, where it's very hot and very humid and we sweat a lot, what we're generally told to do is to put a cotton yoga mat on top of our regular yoga mat, because if you practice just with this, you will be sliding absolutely everywhere because there's no grip between the floor and this cotton yoga mat, especially if it's like a hardwood floor. And so what we do is we place this cotton mat on top of our yoga mat. And what this does is, because it's made of cotton, it will absorb your sweat. All right, so our lovely cotton mat. Now here's the thing, normally if you buy a cotton yoga mat from a studio, what they'll do is that they will put their little label. So that's my yoga studio here. So if you buy it from a yoga studio, you can even get their lovely name on your mat. Cotton, yeah, I've put it on top of another yoga mat because otherwise I'll just slide everywhere. Very thin, so there's no point talking about the thickness. So let's see, dry hands. Dry hands, quite good grip. Normally actually you don't have good grip with dry hands because it's cotton, so dry hands and cotton, you know, slide. But okay, today this one seems to be quite grippy. Let's see, wet hands.
Yeah, wet hands, great, 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 great.
And something that I think is quite important to address is actually how long your yoga mat will last. Now, generally, let's say sustainable or Rubbermaid yoga mats aren't going to last the longest. So for example, with my Jade yoga mat, you'll see here, there is some, wear and tear, especially where the hands and where the feet go. Now this was after about 3-4 years. And with my B yoga mat, I had this, maybe I've had my B mat for just about a year. So just keep this in mind. So if you are interested in a sustainable yoga mat, just know that with natural materials, it's not going to last forever. And that's why it's very important for it to be able to be biodegradable or be able to recycle it. Because if you want to practice yoga for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, you're going to probably have to use quite a few yoga mats in the process. If you were to ask me what is my favorite of all of these so far, I will actually say that, okay, it might be my newest one and it's a very different feeling for me, but I would actually say that for now, this new rubber and jute yoga mat is I'm actually really liking this one. So if you're interested in buying any of these yoga mats, then check the links in the description box below, and that way you'll also be indirectly supporting my channel so I can continue making all of these videos. And so if you're wondering now, how do I clean these lovely yoga mats, then check out this video here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.